Hello learners, how are you all today? I hope you are fine and healthy. Today I want to show you a small clip from an animated movie by Sagar Films. The title of the movie is Kite. You can watch the entire movie on YouTube. Let us watch the movie. Did you like the movie? I hope you all enjoyed the movie. Now, my question to you all is, what is the movie all about? Yes, it is about flying kites. Did you all know how to fly a kite? Probably there are people who do not know how to fly a kite, but we all love watching the kite fly. Learners, today we are going to read a poem from NCERT textbook Honeysuckle for class 6 unit 2. Let's read the poem. The Kite is an interesting poem composed by Harry Benn, who is a famous American screenwriter, child author and a teacher. In this poem, the poet has drawn a beautiful picture of flying a kite. Have you ever noticed how beautiful a kite looks when it flies in the sky? It moves up in the sky, comes down, rotates and revolves, and much more. Watching it makes us all excited and happy, isn't it? Let us first recite the poem. How bright on the blue is a kite when it's new. With a dive and a dip, it snaps its tail. Then soars like a ship with only a sail. As over tides of wind it rides, climbs to the crest of a gust and pulls, then seems to rest as wind falls. When string goes slack, you wind it back and run until a new breeze blows and its wings fill and up it goes. How bright on the blue is a kite when it's new. But a raggeder thing you never will see when it flaps on a string in the top of a tree. Students, I hope you all enjoyed reciting the poem. Let us now understand what is the poet trying to tell us. How bright on the blue is a kite when it's new. With a dive and a dip, it snaps its tail. Learners, let us understand the meaning of the words. The first word is blue. Here in the poem, the poet refers to the sky when he used the word blue. Our next word is dive. What does dive mean? Dive means to jump sharply downwards through the air. As you must have seen a swimmer diving in the water. Next word is dip. To enter a liquid briefly or for some time. We all dip our biscuits or tea bags in the tea. So, dip means to enter a liquid briefly or for some time. Our next word is snap, means crackling sound. When we snap our finger, a sound is made which is snapping. In these lines, the poet says that a kite looks bright on a clear sky when it is new. He further describes different ways in which a kite flies in the sky. It dives and dips like a swimmer and moves its tail, making a cracking sound. Then soars like a ship with only a sail. As over tides of wind it rides, climbs to the crest of a gust and pulls, then seems to rest as wind falls. Students, now let us understand the meaning of the words that are underlined. Soars means fly. Tides, the rise and fall of the sea water is called tides. Crest, the curvy top of a wave is called crest. Gust, a sudden strong wind. In these lines, the poet says that a kite flies high on the top just like a ship with only one sail. It seems to float in the sky over the waves or tides of the wind, rising and falling. With the sudden blow of the strong winds, it goes up to the highest point, but as soon as the wind stops or slows down, it seems as if it is stopped or is resting. The next lines are, when string goes slack, you wind it back. Students, pay attention to the pronunciation of the word wind. W-I-N-D has been used in the poem but is pronounced wind, whereas here it is pronounced wind. You wind it back and run until a new breeze blows and its wings fill and up it goes. Now, let us look at the meanings of the words underlined. Slack means loose. Wind, a pull back in the coiled motion or rewind. So students, let us look at the word wind. Now, in the poem, in the following lines, we have seen the word wind, but earlier we have also seen the word wind. Look at the spellings. Both the spelling are similar. There is no difference in the spelling of the word. W-I-N-D. W-I-N-D. But the pronunciation of both these words are different. We pronounce the first word as wind. I repeat again, wind. Whereas the second word as wind. I repeat again, wind. Now, the meaning of both these words are also different. Wind means, as you have seen on the screen, coiled up, pull back or rewind. Now, let us see the wind action, the meaning of this word through some objects. First of all, I have this thread and this thread is being loosened up. Now, I wind the thread around this stick. So, I am winding the thread around the stick. Now, let us look at the second object. Our second object is this duct tape. Now, look at the lines. Can you look at the spirals? Yes. The duct tape is being wound around the round circular frame. Is this coiled up wire? Now, you look at this, how it is wound around this frame, right? Therefore, what we see is two words with similar spelling but different pronunciation, at the same time different meaning, because this word is pronounced as wind and it means air. Okay? So, these two words have similar spelling but different pronunciation and different meaning. Such words are called homographs. Remember it? Such words are called homographs. So, in the same poem, we use homographs, that is a word with same spelling but different pronunciation and meaning. In these lines, the poet tries to explain that when the thread or the string tied to the kite loosens, the person who is flying the kite rolls it back. He runs with it until a new breeze blows again and fills its wings with air to help it fly. Next lines are, how bright on the blue is a kite when it's new. The poet says when a kite is new and is flying on a clear blue sky, it looks beautiful. But a raggeder thing you never will see when it flaps on a string in the top of a tree. Let us look at the meaning of words underlined here. Raggeder, meaning torn. Flaps, to move up and down sharply. You must have seen birds flapping their wings up and down, flapping their wings up and down. Here again, the poet repeats that a kite looks very bright and beautiful on a clear blue sky. But when it gets stuck on a tree top, it gets torn and gives a poor, worn out look, which is not liked by anyone. Learners, I hope you have understood the poem. Let us do some activities related to the poem. Activity 1. List out the action words in the poem. I have already mentioned 3 action words from the poem. Let us now fill the blanks given over here. So, there are 4 more action words in the poem. The first word is climb. That means to go up. The second word is soars, which means to fly. Third word is rides, which means to sit on the back of something. Our fourth word is falls, which means to drop down. Activity 2. Read these lines from the poem. Then soars like a ship with only a sail. In these lines, the poet described the movement of the tailless kite, which is compared to a ship with a sail. This comparison or literary device is called a simile. Can you suggest what or who the following actions may be compared to? Let us look at the actions. He runs like. Learners, can you tell me what should be filled in the blank? I repeat the sentence. He runs like. Right. He runs like a horse. Our second sentence is, she sings like dash. Now, what should be filled in the blank? I repeat the sentence. She sings like. Right. She sings like a Maina. Maina is a bird that sings beautifully. So, we compare the singing of a girl with the bird Maina. sentence is, he eats like dash. Now tell me what should be filled in the blank? Right, he eats like a pig. I repeat, he eats like a pig. Our fourth sentence is, it shines like dash. Now, what should be filled in the blank? Right, it shines like a star. If we have any object which shines beautifully, we compare the shine of that object with a star. Our fifth sentence is, it flies like dash. What should be filled in the blank? Right, it flies like a bird. We can also use it flies like a kite. I repeat, it flies like a bird or it flies like a kite. I hope students you have enjoyed reciting and doing the activities related with this poem. I hope you will read the poem back at home and enjoy doing the activities that we have discussed in this session. Thank you very much.